Thursday edition of the Buddy Martin Show. I am Buddy Martin. Glad to have you aboard tonight. Wow, what a show last night. Record number of people tuned in, over 30,000. Hope you'll join us tonight. Tell your friends and neighbors we're back. Got a good show lined up for you. Unfortunately, Fran Spears out sick, but we got a strong lineup, and Ben Troupe will be here. We called Loren Meadows in for emergency duty. He's on the road. And Rob Browne, who you can see here on sidelines, will be here tonight. The topic is a fascinating one, I think. When you think about what stadiums are the loudest and hardest to play in, and you hear all kinds of comments and polls and thoughts and people who think they know. I mean, a lot of us think we know. I've been in almost all of them. I can tell you right now pretty much what's loud. But tonight I have evidence that the Swamp is like the 12th man or better. In fact, the poll I'm about to tell you about coming up from USA Today will tell you just how good the Swamp is. The Swamp played a big role last year in the final 4 games. As Billy Napier comes in on a heater, maybe it'll be big for him too, because this could be a great year. I just finished writing a column I'm working on about what a terrific year this could be for the league, what a great start over it will be after the last 2 years of the Big Ten, winning, I can already say it, winning the national championship. And now it's back to the days where the SEC could be dominant again. I think so much riding on that opening game on the 30th of August where Texas travels to Ohio State. More on that. We'll talk about the toughest places to play and whatever else you want to talk about tonight. It's your show. So come join us and tell your friends and neighbors. The Buddy Martin Show is on the air, going to be here for the next hour or so. Love to get your comments on the sideline. Just log in there. You'll see us on the right. Put your comments in. If we get a chance, we'll read them. Meanwhile, it's time for the Buddy Martin Show.
Yes, it's time again for Buddy Martin. Call him up and tell him what you're thinking. But be kind because he's doing the best he can.
Better, stronger, faster.
Mama says that alligators are ornery because they got all them teeth but no toothbrush.
Hey, what if the voice calls while you're gone?
Take a message.
Bye.
You ready, champ?
I'm ready for this my whole life.
I'm incapable of small talk. But that's why you love me, right?
Kind of intimidating to be in the presence of so many great athletes.
Good evening and welcome to the program. Lots of stuff to talk about tonight. Meanwhile, my Rays have just blown a 2-run lead. Got a new pitcher out there. They just got him today. He comes in on the 3-1, leading 3-1, playing the Red Sox, and all of a sudden, quickly, he's behind 4-3. This Rays team has had difficulty in the bullpen. I'm telling you what, it'll break your heart, baseball fans. Anyway, on to more palatable subjects for you. Boy, what a show last night. Record crowd last night we had. Over 30,000 people tuning in and checking us out. Glad to have the new ones and our old regulars as well, to have you coming along just a minute. As soon as our troops gather, we will have Ben Troupe joining us. And Lord Meadows is lost out there somewhere on the highway. He was on his road trip. He's been on the road for a month. But he will join us from the airport somewhere. I think it's in North Carolina. I am not sure. Then Rob Browne, Mr. Consistency, who will be joining us as well. Rob will be here shortly to talk about, well, the topic du jour is, what about these stadiums? Wouldn't it be a great thing to hear? A great thing for our ears. We get a chance to listen to a crowd again roaring at the Swamp. I know it is for this guy. He heard as a player. He's heard as a media person. And we'll hear it again soon. This is going to be a year to be remembered because coming soon to the Swamp is the Texas Longhorns. Ben Troupe, good evening to you, my friend.
Good evening, buddy. Good evening, buddy. How you doing?
I'm doing good. We're lagging a little bit behind in times, but thanks for joining us early in the last minute. Yeah, just sitting here talking about advantages of stadiums. There's a really good piece by Blake Topmeyer in USA Today on what stadiums are the toughest and loudest. And it's not just the loudest, because the loudest is loud. It's also the loudest, which also hardest place to win. And I've heard a lot of people letting talk about all these stadiums, how good they are. And it's a piece of cake to say, well, let's put Tiger Stadium in. Of course, they're going to be up near the top. But then I start seeing, well, is Williams-Brice that good? I mean, is Neyland Stadium that good? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's a whole bunch of people who have a thing to say. I read something tonight, though, I thought was music to my ears from a guy named Blake Topmeyer talking about these stadiums. And listen, Ben, I have no doubt the venues at the SEC, you played it all on, are just fantastic. I think I've been to all but one. And that's what makes this great game, because now that we're getting started, after all the rigmarole, as I called them, the falderall of NIL and all those things, once it's teed up and they kick it off, we're playing. These stadiums are going to erupt, and it's so great to hear that sound every fall, isn't it?
It is, and I get it. I'm definitely biased, playing in Florida, and I did go to. I have been to Tennessee, I have been to Auburn, I have been to South Carolina, I have been to LSU, never been to Alabama, never been to Texas A&M. I have been to Arkansas, never been to Texas. I've never been to Mizzou. But I will say this. Is LSU loud when they're good? It's very loud. Is Tennessee loud when they're good? It's very loud. Mm-hmm. Is South Carolina loud when they're good? It's very loud. What do all those Auburn loud? Yes. What do all those teams have in common when we play them?
Winning.
Winning. And here's the thing, buddy. Here's the thing, though. I put up something on X talking about how, no greater environment in college football than Florida. And obviously people are going to talk about the teams that came in there and won. I get it. They're going to talk about Miami winning last year and Texas A&M winning last year and, different things of that nature, right? Ask LSU how hard it is to win in Florida. Mm-hmm. Ask Ole Miss how hard it is to win in Florida. Mm-hmm. Ask Florida State how hard it is to win in Florida. And I think the thing about it is, buddy, it is a correlation. Now, I'm not tripping. It is a correlation to your team being successful and the crowd feeling as though their impact is being felt. I get that part. I get that part. But buddy, last time I checked, right? It's two Death Valleys. One's in Clemson, one's in LSU, right? It's two of them. Okay. Tennessee got 100,000 plus, and I ain't taking nothing away from them. It's been a long time since Auburn had something to feel good about. Never played at Georgia, so I don't know about playing between the hedges. I've been at South Carolina when they did a whiteout one year when we went up there. They did a blackout one year when we went up there. Mm-hmm. Florida is different for so many reasons. And here's the thing. When Florida is rocking, it's just a different atmosphere. You can ask opposing players. You can ask former coaches. You can ask I'm like you, buddy. Yes, Florida is this only happened one time. I've been in Florida when we did the wave one time, and we really did it. They was doing it around the stadium, and it was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I mean, you don't make people like Mr. Two Bits, may he rest in paradise. It's like so many traditions at Florida, and I think a DJ Lagway, Eugene Wilson, Dallas Wilson, Vernell Brown III, and Jaden Ball know what it's like when he had his 5 touchdown game against Kentucky. And I think that when you think about Tyreek Sapp and those guys, they saying, dude, if we do our part, it's gonna be hard to beat us. And I think you said it though. Arch Manning, the nephew of Eli and Peyton, the grandson of Archie, is going to be in the swamp. Texas is gonna be in the swamp. That is going to be must. That is going to be standing room only. That's going to be must-see TV, and I can't wait. I really I can't wait. And I think that Tennessee gonna get back against them, right? They coming to the swamp. This year got to go to LSU. Got to go to Kentucky. Got to go to Texas A&M. But I think, buddy, you've been around a lot of games with Florida. I've obviously experienced a lot of games with Florida, and like I said, it's hard to compare anything to Florida. I talk, talking to guys that have transferred in on 84 Reasons, talking about, being at Penn State or, being at Wisconsin and these different places that they can't, Louisville, with Greg, Bernard and those guys was here, and they all say the same thing. They say, dude, you cannot exaggerate the Swamp. Like, you can't even exaggerate it. When we are, I'm not saying we got to be the number one in the country, but this is when the Swamp was at its best, and this ain't even with a coach that had like Jim McElwain. It's Saturday night. We wearing our orange and we playing Ole Miss. Ole Miss ranked number one in the country, and we beat the brakes off of them. That atmosphere was so crazy to where I wanted for those players though, buddy, because I think the full Florida experience is when everything's clicking: coaching, play calling, players, the stadium, the fans. Because I mean, I was there when Florida played Miami back in 2020. It was Dan Mullen's first game as a head coach in 2020 or 2019, one of those in Orlando. And it was a guy named Cody Queen. He's a former Marine. We all working for ESPN Radio, and he had never really felt what it's like. And he's walking on the field, and he says, "Ben, can you feel that?" I'm like, "Yeah, like that's what it's like." And we're just we just watching the game. So I am looking forward to getting Florida back rocking, because I know Texas A&M got the 12th man. I know Tennessee got 100K. I know Georgia. I know Georgia think they're
are reminded that it is against TSA security regulations.
Sorry, hold on a second. Hold on. That's all right. I'll turn him down.
I'll turn him down.
That's all right.
Hey, Loren trying to catch flights. No,
we'll get it back.
I remember this. The loudest I've ever, the two loudest times I've ever experienced in the Swamp. No, three. My freshman year, we played South Carolina at home. They blocked 2 kicks, and they up like 21-3. And before halftime, they kicked the ball off to Lito Shepherd, and he ran it back. He ran back the punt. That was number one. Number two, my junior year, we about to lose by a field goal to Auburn 2 years in a row, because if you remember, we lost by a field goal in 2001. Guys, we were ranked number one in the country. We blocked the field goal, went on to overtime, and Taylor Jacobs caught the game winner. We stopped Jason Campbell on 3rd down or 4th down in overtime. The loudest I've ever heard the Swamp, ever. My senior year, we playing Florida State. Yep. Gus Scott runs. He grabs Chris Ricks. He knocks the ball out. Keywan Ratliff picked it up and ran it in for like 70 yards for a scoop and score. My nephew Josh, who is literally a freshman in college right now, my mom said it was so loud that I don't know how he a little baby. He probably won. He fell asleep. No, I'm sorry. It wasn't him. I'm sorry. His older brother, Christian. I apologize. My nephew, Christian, his older brother, she said it was so loud that he had the earphones on and he was laying on her lap and his whole body was shaking. His whole body was just like, and my mom said, but listen, my mom said that was probably the greatest massage he's ever got for free. Because he's getting it from her. So to me, I just want them, I want the wins. I want the win, but I do want them to experience that, no doubt.
I got you. Let's see if we can get this guy back in again. He's going to a great deal of trouble. I think he can hear us now, right, Loren?
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Oh, we got you good. I want to get this. I want to get this premise in right now while I got you guys, because I don't want to lose you. I'm reading this story by Blake Topmeyer about the loudest stadiums, the hardest places to play because of the noise. Now, I think we're in a place where we have to be careful about letting mythology take over the facts, okay? That the mythology sometimes can sort of overrule you. There's a myth that the 12th man in Texas A&M makes Kyle Field the loudest stadium in the SEC. It's not.
No.
It's not. And in this poll taken by a guy who's neutral, I'll give you what he says. I'll tell you what he says in this thing. So if you're ranking the stadiums based on what you know and being there, it's nothing to do with who you follow, what your team is. Just basically how loud, how tough it's to play. Well, everybody's going to give it to LSU, right? I mean, they're pretty just because that's what LSU is supposed to be, the loudest place ever, right? But and you go from there, and you say, well, they got all those people in Kyle Field, and they're really loud in Tennessee because they get 100,000 fans there, and then off you go, and you forget about some of the intricacies and nuances of this. Take the stadium itself, why it's so loud there at the Swamp, the way it's built, the way it's in a bowl, the fans are on top of you. You add in the hostilities like the humidity, etc., and that's why it's called the Swamp. I must say, I think when that place is rocking, if the Gators are good and they get in a game where it's tight, you won't hear a louder noise and you won't hear a tougher place to play. Now, let me just read you this, and let me welcome in the new fans who came on the show. My gosh, we had 30,000 last night. Appreciate that. I want to make sure people know who these fine gentlemen are. Loren Meadows, Coach Meadows, we call him, has his own show. I think it's called The Lowdown. Am I right, Loren? I forget.
Yes, sir. It's called the Lowdown with Loren Meadows. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So he's there Tuesdays, and he's with us on Thursdays, but he was off tonight because he was out of town. But we got him back on because Franz was sick. Thank you, Loren, for doing that.
And you could thank Delta as well because I'm stuck in Asheville, North Carolina for a flight. So trying to get back to Gainesville. So
oh my goodness. Well, we just might do a show all night here with you.
But I'm working on it. I don't think I'm gonna get out of here until it's crazy.
So, anyways, people are coming on here the first time saying, "Who's Buddy Martin?" I'm the host of this show 4 nights a week, and actually 3. Loren hosts it on Tuesday nights and weekends that we do, and of course, on with Shane Matthews on Pot Out with Matthews on Tuesday morning. And here's the premise. We're going to be hearing that crowd noise again, sweet music.
Mm-hmm.
Where's the toughest to play? Where is the loudest to play? This comes from Blake Topmar. He says, here's how I rank SEC's toughest stadium. Blake Topmar is not a Gator, okay? Number 4, Bryant Denny Stadium, Alabama. Okay, that's a loud place. Number 3, Neyland Stadium. Okay. Doesn't impress me. They get 100,000. Fine. I've seen Spurrier puncture a hole in that a lot. Number 2 is Tiger Stadium, LSU, which most people have number 1, and he's got number 1, Ben Hill-Griffin Stadium. All right? He says this, combined Gator chomps with a den of noise and Gainesville's humidity, and Steve Spurrier aptly said, only Gators get out alive from the Swamp. Florida's fans belt out Tom Petty's I Won't Back Down. I'm glad they put that in there. Before the fourth quarter to create one of the college football's most memorable scenes. Florida boasts a .714 home winning percentage against SEC opponents the last 10 years compared to a .48 on the road. That's the definition of home field advantage. Well done, Blake Topmar, I think, don't you, Loren?
Yeah, he hit it right on the nose. I mean, obviously we're a little biased, and I would put, the Swamp, just the atmosphere, the heat, the humidity, just what that means on a hot game, a 3:30, game, or even a hot night, 7 o'clock start, the fans right up on you. And I mean, I've seen it we saw it. I think it was the Auburn game in 2019. We've seen it, even last year with Nussmeier and Jackson Dart coming in there different times of the day. I mean, it just, you can go on and on. There's a ton of memorable games, but yeah, I mean, the Swamp, just the atmosphere, once you get up in there, just the ground swell, it's almost like it's kind of docile in a lot of ways outside. But then when the students and everybody come, I mean, once they get in there, man, and then the other thing is, it's even loud, like because of the way that it's made, and it's kind of cavernous.
That's the point.
in those areas, but even in those, and buddy, you've been in there, those, like, I guess you call them breezeways or hallways. When you get those folks in there, man, it's crazy. And I've been to a lot of stadiums, not just in the SEC, but that just in those hallways and where the concessions are, that groundswell, and then once everybody comes down into the swamp, it's loud. I mean, I got to give it. I mean, obviously, a lot of places have an argument. I don't think Kyle Field has an argument at all. Kneeling is numbers based. It's it's not really. They're waiting on every time they play Florida. They're waiting on the bottom to drop out. So they're just like angst the whole time. But Florida fans get after it, man. And like you said, you got the Gator chomp. And just the fans right there up on you, it's just, and that sun wearing the visitor side out. It's just a different atmosphere. It's crazy.
Yeah, Ben, I'm looking at this list. I think a sleeper place. I mean, Williams Brice can be loud. I've been on nights when they were winning when Spurrier was there. I'll tell you a sleeper. One place is really loud, and Rob Brownstone, he'll be able to join us. Jordan-Hare Stadium is really loud. I mean, when Zook was the head coach at Florida, he went up there and got beat. Now, Auburn got fined for piping in loud noise from the outside, playing music, whatever. They got fined, but it was still one of the loudest places I've ever been around. And here's what's funny. Here's what's really weird. All the great things about Texas and bigger and better than everything else. And we know they've been sort of ordained this year to win it all. If they can beat Ohio State in that first game. That's 11 a.m. game, by the way. On
Please listen to this important announcement.
And then we don't want to hear your announcement, so we'll turn that down. But anyway, the point being that number 10 on this list, believe it or not, is Darrell K. Rose Stadium. It's that low. Really surprised at that, aren't you guys?
Yeah, but I mean, I think the thing is when you start talking about stadiums, right? A lot of stadiums are dependent upon how the team is doing. Florida is, but it isn't. Like, it is because you want to be playing well, but I mean, I've been to South Carolina. Listen, South Carolina could be crazy now. It could, but it's crazy. I don't like to judge how loud a stadium can be when they play in Florida, though, because Florida's going to bring a different atmosphere with it, even if it's on the road. And I now Tennessee is loud, but it's crazy to see that many people. Like, people go, can you tell the difference between 85,000 and 100? Yeah, it's different. It's a different. But let's Georgia's loud. We give it to them. Right? Alabama's loud. We give it to them. You know what's loud that people don't know? It's Arkansas. Now, Arkansas is loud. I went up there, and the thing about it is, Arkansas, real similar to Mississippi State. Listen, man, they got a sale on cowbells now, and they got a sale on them. And I'm telling you, and I'm talking about the heyday Arkansas. Sean Andrews. Those guys, Cedric Cobb, Batman Carroll, the best Arkansas team. Nothing against Darren McFadden and those guys, Felix Jones. But this ain't Wildcat Arkansas. This Matt Jones, the quarterback. Sean. So, and they came back. They was coming back against us. So I do think that. I think LSU is like an easy pick, but I'm going to keep saying this. I'm never going to give your stadium that much love when the name of your stadium is the same stadium as Clemson. Y'all just both Death Valleys. Who's the real Death Valley? I'm just saying, there's 0% chance we would let another school call themselves the Swamp, even if they was in the state of Florida.
That's true.
That is true. So I'm just saying, every time somebody say every time people get to talk about, I say Death Valley. I say, you talking about Clemson? No, I'm talking about LSU. Oh, I didn't know because y'all both got copyrights. So, but I will say this about Florida. Yes, I am biased, like like Loren said, but I want those players to really see what it's like when it's so loud that on defense they just saying, "Look, man, I got to look at that ball. I can't even go off the guy in front of me because." It's been some moments in Florida, man, especially against Tennessee, when they thought the game was won, came back. Felipe Franks, at Cleveland. I mean, that was crazy.
That was unbelievable.
So it's been so many moments, and I'm gonna tell you a moment that's going by the wayside. 2023. I want to say that's Billy Napier's first big win in the SEC at night. Graham Mertz getting the big touchdown. I don't know what he had in his hand. He did like the little golf swing. Man, I'm telling you, it's electric. I know everybody got the lights now. You score. It's like a fireworks show now in Florida, man. As far as the type of things going on. But I like when people who are not affiliated with Florida, who are unbiased, they just going off the winning percentage. They going off the pageantry. They going off the tradition, and people don't got to like it because everybody else can say, "Oh, the 12th man." I thought the 12th man was in Seattle. I'm just telling you all these different things.
I know. Yeah, I know.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
I got you. Now I'm gonna bring Loren back in here, and I'm gonna do the commercial from Meldon Law, and Rob's sitting by there waiting. I'm sure he's got a few things. He's been to a lot of stadiums. He knows, and I'm going to say to you, you guys, if it's not Florida, where is the toughest place to play? And Ben, you played in them, you've known, and I'll say something. Loren, you came from Ohio. You went to Ohio State, all those stadiums up there. You got some perspective. Share that with us after I tell folks, the good folks, about our fine sponsor, Meldon Law. They do some good work down here if you're listening to out of the state, which many of you are tonight, all 4,000 of you. I know this will be new to you, but we got a company here called Meldon Law, and they do everything, and they are great Gator fans. They also are good lawyers. They've been a title sponsor of our show for a long, long time, and we do appreciate what they do. We do appreciate, first of all, they're supporting our program and then also supporting the University of Florida, the only official law firm of the University of Florida. If you have a need for lawyer help, you won't find Jeffrey because he's out about 7 weeks in Asia having a great time, but he deserves it. But there's always a Meldon around someplace and someone to help you with your needs. 4 locations to serve you. Meldon Law, Ocala, Gainesville, Lake City, and Williston. They have a reputation. They won't back down. They mean it. They won't back down. This guy won't back down either. He's like that little chihuahua nipping at your heels the whole time. He won't let go. He does a great job on his show every morning. Rob Browne, Sidelines. Good evening to you, partner.
How are you? I got back from. I was out riding in the fields on my mountain bike. I got that ping. I got back as fast as I could.
Visitors in the airport terminal are reminded that
okay, there we go.
There we go. It's not you.
Okay, I was trying to make sure, but I got the link when I was out on my mountain bike. I got back as fast as I could. Y'all are talking about the loudest stadiums. Kyle Field is not that intimidating. I think the real problem is the people there are too polite. I've been to a lot of stadiums. The Swamp is just a death chamber for it. It just is. I ain't saying it just because I'm on here. Look at the track record of teams that play there. It's horrible. Doesn't matter who you are. Okay, Kyle Field, no. A lot of people there, no. Arkansas can be loud, but they can go negative real fast. Tennessee, one of y'all said it's numbers based. They're waiting a lot of times for the other shoe to drop. I agree with that. Alabama, they're so used to winning, they've got to be scared sometimes to really get fired up. And for the longest time, they played most of their big games at Legion Field. Jordan-Hare, because Auburn football fans lately have had to enjoy their championships in dog years. It's a long time between them, So that's a tough place to play. Georgia, yeah, no doubt. South Carolina, because they're desperate. That's tough. Vanderbilt, that stadium, they're doing a retrofit right now. My wife calls it a Skinner box. Remember the behavioral psychologist, B.F. Skinner? Trying to get out of that thing is like trying to get out of the Skinner box. So LSU and Florida, no doubt, 2 toughest in the SEC. Besides, I think Jordan-Hare is a nightmare at night. But Kyle Field, that is somebody's brother-in-law or mother-in-law doing somebody a favor. I mean, it's a hell of a place to go. Don't get me wrong. But it's not even in the same galaxy as Tiger Stadium. By the way,
Blake Topmeyer ranks at 7th.
I saw it.
And ranks Texas, but like 10th or something. So,
well,
yeah.
Ken Capps, who covers Texas for us, is right. And Dave Cody, my friend, who was a sports anchor at Channel 7 in Austin for years, about twice a year, they really get jacked up at DKR. That's about it. They're going to have to get used to it. Talk about Texas. Most of their fans were born on third base and think they hit a triple. You like fan bases that are hungry and desperate, get after your ass for the full 60. That's Clemson, by the way, was Death Valley in 1939. LSU didn't start using that name till 1959 when Billy Cannon returned that punt that if you haven't seen it, you obviously have been living underground in a cave.
I listened to it live. It wasn't on TV.
See? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, but see, you still remember it. You were a little kid.
Still one of the great moments in college football. Unbelievable. You got to remember how much of a rivalry LSU and Ole Miss were in those days.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cannabis. Anyway, yes. Yeah, I know you have that going there and a lot of perspective, Rob. I appreciate it very much. You get down to at the end of the line, even Vaught Hemingway in this poll finishes really low, like 14th, which the Grove was a nice, gentle place, but Topmeyer ranked it really low. And then Oklahoma, you think they'd be higher than 9th, so these places that are proven like Tiger Stadium, Swamp, etc. They're just really unbelievable venues. And I'll tell you, if you're a college football fan, if you've not done it, it should be on your bucket list. And Rob, I know you have. Loren, you experienced a lot of. The Horseshoe is pretty loud. I've been there. I've not been to the Big House. I've not been there.
It's loud too.
Yeah. But how does it rank versus SEC stadiums?
I mean, Ohio State is up there. It is. I mean, because like I said, everybody in the SEC likes to say it just means more, except for in Ohio. I mean, because you talk about an entire state with really one big show in town ascending on Columbus every weekend or every home weekend. I mean, it's loud. I mean, it's rowdy. Michigan can be loud, but once again, it's kind of a numbers game, although the stadium is in kind of a bowl down in the ground, so the noise does stay. I mean, and it's rocking. I mean, it is, but Ohio State, I would put the Horseshoe up there with LSU, with the Swamp. I know I'm gonna get in trouble for that. It's not better than the Swamp. I want to say that, but it is a SEC type atmosphere. But it's just like, I guess it's like loud, as loud as you can play, like the loudest symphony. That's what Ohio State is. It's just loud, but it's like classical. Whereas like the Swamp is like, remember that group Megadeth, hard rock group Megadeth?
Yes, Buddy has all their albums.
Yeah. The Horseshoe is more like Tchaikovsky's 17th, but it's on blast with like some hip hop in the middle of it. So that's kind of the way it is. Yeah. But it's jumping for sure. But I would say, I would throw this out there too. Vaught Hemingway, I was actually surprised. I kind of did a twofer last year. I went to Mississippi State, Florida.
I love that place.
And then yeah, very, very comfy, very cozy. But that's what it was. It was just kind of, because I think it only seats about 55,000, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, and you could tell it reminds me a lot of the same way when you go to a game at UNC, even when Mac Browne was there the first time, very similar. Yeah, but it doesn't really move you once you get in the stadium. Now the Grove, that's a whole nother, and a lot of Florida fans will get to experience that. But as the end, I would put them down in the bottom tier of the SEC stadium.
All right, let me reset things. We have a big crowd tonight watching this show. I want to tell folks who we are, what we are. I'm Buddy Martin. I read a column also on GatorBaitMedia.com. Franz Beard normally here tonight. Also, well-known writer. Come visit us there. Join if you'd like to join us, GatorBaitMedia.com. Ben Troupe, the famous tight end, former NFL player. has a podcast very well known called 84 Reasons. He's a regular with us. We're so glad to have Ben. Loren Meadows. Loren's been with us for a while now. It's like family. Came down from Ohio. We took him in as an Ohioan. He was a Gator fan and trying to survive in Ohio. He discovered us. He thought he died and gone to heaven.
Yes, sir.
I'll never forget the day he met Steve Spurrier the first time.
Man, almost cried.
I know. And then my buddy Rob Browne, who does a terrific show, growing all the time, SEC sidelines. Every morning he's on in the afternoon, Auburn done to cover. How many shows you got, Rob? About 9?
I think this channel has 8 on here now, so it's a family one-stop shop for the SEC and college football.
Yeah.
And Rob's my co-host on Tuesdays, so check him out on the Lowdown with Loren Meadows too. He's like the Ed McMahon, so he's out there.
Well, that's not all. That's not all. That's not all. Coming up soon is going to be the Panhandle podcast with Buddy Martin and and Rob Browne, who is a frequent visitor to the Panhandle. Knows it like the back of his hand. Asking for a restaurant, a beach place, whatever. He'll take all. I'm expecting Ben to show up here one of these days. I don't know. So, all right, I'm going to leave you guys this for a second. I want you to think. Dear Lord said, you guys got one Saturday left. And you can come see one football game. Where do you want it to be? And who do you want to be against? And tell me why. What stadium and what teams? Can't have the Swamp. Can't have the Swamp. That's out. Who wants to go first? Got one to see. One football game to see and one stadium to go in. Can't be the Gators. What teams and what particular, venue? Got one? I guess I must have stumped you.
I got one.
All right, go ahead.
If I get one game, one stadium, and it can't be the Swamp.
No.
Give me Florida, Georgia, Mercedes-Benz.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's
because that way. Because since they always said, well, Florida got the advantage because they in Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. What you gonna say? We come to the ATL. So give me Florida, Georgia, Mercedes.
And we coming in a couple years. We coming.
And when you talk about a beautiful stadium, it better be a beautiful stadium. It ain't nothing else. And I'm talking about the Falcons now. Mercedes-Benz is no bad seat in the house. I mean, that stadium is beautiful. So give me Florida, Georgia, because I got to go see they call it the Jordan Bowl back in the day when it was Florida versus Michigan in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl when I was up there. So give me Florida, Georgia, Mercedes-Benz. One last game. Let's do it.
That's a good one. Okay, you kind of violated the spirit of it, but I'm gonna give it to you.
I'm not picking no other SEC stadium. Okay. They're not gonna get it. Not for me.
All right. I'm not gonna pick Florida because that would be selfish. But you got that one in under the wire. So I'm gonna pick two teams at the heyday. Right now, the heyday's different. It's coming up now, and I'll tell you what. They got one coming up on the 30th of August. That will be great to see. And that is Texas and Ohio State. The 30 at 11 o'clock game, right off the bat, is going to set the guidelines for who's the boss conference, all of a sudden, because the Big Ten's won 2 in a row. And that's a huge game. But I'm talking about a mythical game, so I'll go this route. I would like to see actually an Iron Bowl game where both teams are really good. I think that place is rocking and great. Since I can't pick Florida, the Iron Bowl would be a great one. That's my thinking. Rob?
I can't pick Florida. The Swamp, can't pick at Jordan-Hare. So I would say I think a classic is any game at Neyland Stadium, 2:30 in the afternoon in the fall when the leaves are changing, because that's the most beautiful setting, the Tennessee River, and then you bolt off to the Smoky Mountains for the rest of the weekend. Get you a cabin up there, Pigeon Forge, somewhere in the Smokies. Hard to beat that because Halloween only comes October 31st. And if you're an Auburn fan, you can count on one hand the number of times in the last 50 years Auburn's won at the Swamp. So I'm glad we don't have to, I'm glad that I don't have to talk about that one. But I will say the Swamp is architecturally, it's a gem because it goes underground, but it's still an above ground stadium. And what makes it so incredible is the heat and the humidity are trapped down there.
Mm-hmm.
And if they ever mess with it, they'll regret it.
Well, that's what's coming up. The topic of du jour is how will it change? A lot of Gator fans are really, really upset about what might happen to it. And, you know, they've been promised by Scott Strickland and everybody won't, the integrity of the stadium won't change. You know what they're going to do. They're going to put a lot more luxury boxes in for more money. That's the whole gig right now these days. It's going to change. He promises it won't change the atmosphere. It'll be just as loud, et cetera, et cetera. But I consider it a privilege to be going there since I was in college at that stadium. And we didn't know what we had. Give Spurrier credit. He had the foresight to know to name it the Swamp. Give it a name.
Yep.
And play on the features of the stadium that make it a tough place to win. I mean, Death Valley wasn't very original for LSU to copy Clemson, let's be honest. But the Swamp is one of the most iconic names in sports, let alone in college football. And people know it. You know, a lot of people know it. So, all right, so let's talk about that Texas game.
Well, I didn't get to say my. I didn't get to give my
no,
drink.
I'm sorry. I thought you did.
No, so I'm with you, buddy. If we look at a matchup this year, I like the. I'm looking forward to the battle of Death Valley this year. I think that's gonna be big time. But if I had to have a dream matchup and I couldn't have Florida, give me Ohio State, Notre Dame. I wasn't able to go, but Ohio State, Notre Dame. But I'm gonna put it. Let's just go Ohio State, Notre Dame at the Horseshoe. You know, they've played, but I wasn't there to see it, so I would have liked to see, you know, both teams at, you know, they're kind of at their height again this year. Ohio State, Notre Dame at the Horseshoe. That would be if I can't pick Florida. If I had to pick Florida, I would love to see Florida in the Horseshoe against Ohio State.
Okay. Well, you know, I said this a long time ago. It's not a popular statement with SEC fans. Has nothing to do with my feelings and my loyalties. But I said this, I went there a couple of times and came away thinking, I kind of understand college football more now that I've been to Notre Dame and watched the game. I kind of understand the history kind of, you know. It's like I used to look at these cartoons. They always had what you got?
No, okay, because I know I'm gonna get the homer. I was trying to avoid this, but to go back in the day, was it Catholics versus the convicts? Ain't Notre Dame playing Miami? Miami this year? So I would go Notre Dame. The Catholics, I could already see the 30 for 30. They're gonna play it 30 times per game. So give me Catholic, and if I'm not mistaken, I think Mario Cristobal was on one of those Miami. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know. But
86 to 90. Yeah.
Okay, so give me Miami. I mean, give me Notre Dame is a huge, and basically, if your daddy played in the NFL and you're a D1 athlete, you're going to Notre Dame these days. Everybody, I mean, whether your last name is Bettis or Burris or Fitzgerald or Jermichael McFinley or Thomas Davis or Ike Taylor, my son is 2 years out. So if Marcus Freeman want to come holler at us, I'm just saying, not trying to, but give me Miami. Notre Dame, I think that's going to be a classic. I'll take that.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to leave you out. I guess I was trying to make a point about Notre Dame. And I was going back to the days of when I was a kid and read the comics. And I was seeing these people with these umbrellas that were turned upside down. I thought, what is that about? I've never heard of such a thing. I've never seen that happen. And then I moved to New York, and I lived there, and I saw umbrellas turned upside down in trash cans. Because that's what they did with the old umbrellas there. My point being, when I got to Notre Dame, I got to South Bend and saw the stadium, I said, okay, I get it now. If you want to say to me, if a Martian came down here and said to you, Ben, what's college football? Loren, what's college football? Rob, what's college football? I would say to them, go to South Bend to Notre Dame to a game in October when the trees are all over. See touchdown Jesus. See this stadium. So much tradition there. And I'm a big tradition guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
But Marcus,
Go ahead.
do you know Marcus Freeman, Loren?
Yes, I do. Known him since he was 15.
So he was
Yes,
the leading
coached against him, everything. Yeah.
leading tackler against Florida in the 06 national championship game. One thing, I've got a lot of notes. I went to Christian Brothers High School in Memphis, founded in 1871 on Adams, the LaSallian brothers. Our uniforms, purple and gold helmets. I've never seen anything until you see a priest in mass leading off before the homily talking about the Notre Dame game from the day before. It's a big deal. Marcus Freeman reinstituted the game day mass at Notre Dame. He is the most beloved Notre Dame coach in a long time. He brought that back. He brought back the tradition of Notre Dame. And another tradition up there that's really big is, they get those big steel 55-gallon drums, the garbage cans, fill them up with old style beer and eat brats. I mean, they don't eat the greatest food, but it's beer and brats. I have not been to South Bend, but I have a lot of friends that have. I'm with you. You could come in here from any planet in the hemisphere, and that's college football. Just nothing like it.
So many great. Back to that game. On the 30th. Huge game. What a way to open the season. Already you've had an argument about the starting time. It's an 11 a.m. game, which sucks, I'm sure, for Texas. And at Ohio State, and they requested the time to be moved, and Ohio State said, no, we're not moving that time. Obviously, it's an advantage to them. They're going to get it on. I think Ohio State will be about a 3-point favorite probably in that game. And it will decide a lot of things, not the least of which we got to see the world-famous Manning in his debut as the quarterback. It's hard to believe that he's been there. This will be his third year, but it is. And I think he may be everything we thought he would be, but Ohio State's really good. I think that game was huge. Everything after that, that's opening day, by the way, the 30th of August. Is that a good thing or a bad thing, Loren?
I mean, that's a buzzsaw, man. I mean, we had, my brother, Ohio State grad, and he's a big football guy, keeps his ear to the ground there. And I mean, that's a buzzsaw, man. I mean, Arch Manning may be good. And one thing I'll say, if they come out of there with a win, he's going to earn it. So, I think that's the thing is you go into there. It is, like I said, you going into one of the top 3 or 4 places, the toughest places to play. I mean, he is going in a buzzsaw. They are going to be a good football team. Matt Patricia running that defense. He's going to see some looks he's never seen before. I guarantee that. And how he adjusts to that is going to be key. So, it's going to be a key to see where Arch handles that. And like I said, if he goes in there and gets it done, then he'll make a believer out of me because that's a buzzsaw. And I mean, you got Jeremiah Smith, who probably is the best player in the country overall. And I mean, it's going to be tough. So, Texas got a good team, but they are going into a buzzsaw for sure. I mean, that's rough.
Who gets the advantage in that game, Rob?
I'm going to give it to Texas. I think the road team has the advantage in those 11 a.m. games. I like to bet lines. Home crowd a lot of times gets there late, 11 o'clock. They're hungover. They're just you jump on top of them 14-0. That's over. So I think Texas goes up there and does get a win. I really like that. It's an advantage to be the 11 o'clock team on the road.
Did I read
is that 11 or 12, buddy? Is
12 Eastern? Yeah,
12 Eastern. 11. Okay, so 12 o'clock Ohio time.
Big noon. Yeah.
Big noon. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want to miss it. I was making sure I wasn't going to be late.
Yeah,
I forget I'm on the other side of the Chattahoochee.
You're not going to miss
yeah.
it. Don't worry. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
I'll text you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Ben, who gets the advantage there?
I mean, it's always. I mean, Ohio State. I mean, they're always going to be tough to beat, even when they were even when they weren't meeting expectation. I think they're going to be a very dangerous team coming off a national championship win. I mean, Coach Ryan Day can finally breathe a little bit. I mean, he still got to beat them guys from Ann Arbor, but I don't know if it's been a better. I mean, I always look at future star quarterbacks' debuts. When it was, if I'm not mistaken, Chris Leak's debut was LSU on the road. As a starter, I was there, had a front row seat. Johnny Manziel's debut was at home against Florida in 2012. That was his debut. Yeah. Arch Manning, I mean, I don't like the whole comparing him to Tebow stuff. I don't think that's fair to the young man. Paul Feinbaum can say whatever he wants to say, but he is a Manning, right? And he wanted his own legacy. He went to UT, just not the one his uncle went to. He went up there to Austin. Everybody will be watching, and I'm going to keep saying this. The best football players play on Sunday. The best variety of football, it's on Saturday. It ain't even close. Texas, Ohio State, that's week 1. I mean, so I do think, listen, Texas is never going to lack talent. Texas was building to play in the SEC even when they weren't in the SEC. They're going to have a good enough team. But sometimes your best might not be good enough. If it was at Texas, I would pick Texas. But Ohio State, the one thing Ohio State and the Michigans and the Penn States, every time they play SEC schools, they know they're going to get more viewership. Because everybody thinking, hey, man, did y'all win the last 2 years? Was it a fluke? Which it wasn't. But I give the advantage to Ohio State. I mean, Jeremiah Smith, I mean, the guy is just – if Jeremiah Smith is in the backfield, they're going to throw him the ball, Notre Dame. They're going to throw it to him. I mean, the whole world saw that. I think it's going to be a great game, but I do agree with what Loren said and even Rob. Arch Manning goes up to the horseshoe and wins. He already the Heisman front runner. He does that. Oh man, but he gonna have a tough schedule after week 1. But yeah, I give the slight edge to Ohio State, but I do think it's gonna be a nail biter.
All right, last question for the night for each person. You get about a minute and a half to say. When you look at the totality of Arch Manning, everything is there. He's like AI constructed the perfect quarterback. He's got everything he needs from the heritage. He's got the skills. He's got running ability. Everything about him. If you had to go over or under on betting, or that he's overrated or underrated or about right, and put your money down there, Ben, which way would you go?
I do my best not to try to say the guys are overrated because I haven't seen enough of him. But is he overrated because of the last name? Yes. Do I think he can live up to it? Yeah. Because in the social media age of things, we know these players well before they get to these schools. We know about them. We know about them their sophomore year, And I will give Arch Manning this much credit, though. Most guys do not want to follow that type of legacy. They don't want no part of that. He plays quarterback like his grandfather, like both his uncles. Is he overrated? I wouldn't say he overrated, but can he live up to that Manning last name? Because if he can, man, we need to look out. Because hey, man, if he's a fast Peyton, that's very scary. That's a scary proposition if he's a fast, athletic Peyton Manning.
I heard one guy say, Loren from Texas say on Feinbaum's show, he could turn out to be the greatest quarterback in college football history.
That's a long way to go, man. I mean, you talk that's tough. I will say this, and I got to take off. He's going to be good, but Uncle Peyton was pretty good. Uncle Eli was pretty good. Granddaddy was pretty good. I mean, right now he's the 4th best quarterback in his own family. So let's pump the brakes. Like I said, he going into that wood chipper in Columbus on first gate out, and then he got to handle an SEC season. He got to date the swamp. He got to come see them boys. He's got a lot to to handle. So let's just pump the brakes on that. I think it's really early to kind of put that out there. Let's just see what happens. I mean, he does have the tools, but I mean, we've heard this a lot about a lot of quarterbacks, but you know, it's just it's one of those things where, you know, it could be tough. You know, I mean, it's a long way to go. I would say let's pump the brakes on that. I'll turn my volume down a little bit, I guess. Let's pump the brakes, you know, for sure. But it's good being on, guys.
Hey, thank you for filling in the last minute,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Appreciate that. Great job.
All right.
Thank you, Loren.
Headed to Atlanta, hopefully, this plane to get off the ground here in Asheville.
Good luck. Come back to us safely.
Yeah. Shout out to Asheville, North Carolina. But it's time to
by
go.
the way, before you go, shout out to our buddy David Arnoff, Dr. David's birthday today. One of the great guys I've known and have met him here in the county. I know you guys know him. It's his birthday today. It's a big
birthday.
That's my man.
Yeah, he's a
okay.
man. He's the guy.
All right,
Loren. Safe travel.
Take it easy, guys.
Thanks
a lot.
Final thing to you, Rob. Now we'll go with this on Arch Manning. Over under just about right on the rating.
David Cutcliffe Monday morning on the show, and David Cutcliffe talked a lot about him. He said, you know, Arch and his brother Hud have been coming up to Durham for a long time with Cooper, who, you know, David Cutcliffe signed at Ole Miss, Arch's dad. He said he'll be fine. He goes, I talked to him and I said, you know, I'm going to tell you what I told your Uncle Peyton and your Uncle Eli. Just be a good teammate. You know, that's the most important thing. And Arch used to say, his father would tell him, just be a good guy, be a good teammate. I think he's grounded. I think he's got a lot of talent. Don't try to compare him to Tim Tebow. Don't try to compare him to someone like that. He's 19 or 20, does have a good pedigree, but also think he's grounded and he just wants to be a regular, normal college student. Ben's right. That last name, you know, that's tough. I mean, everyone's expecting so much out of you, but I think the metric that the NFL looks at is a 30-game college career. So he's going to be in college for at least 2 more years. Time will tell, but I think he's got everything it takes to be very successful. But I wouldn't put the cart before the horse. Just let him go out and play.
Well, we'll see if that's possible. Hey, guys, another terrific job by you. Had a big crowd tonight. Thanks to all you folks for listening and watching. Appreciate it, Rob. Good job. Don't forget, Rob, SEC sidelines every morning and probably 4 or 5 times for a week. And coming soon, right here in up in Northwest Florida, the podcast, Panhandle Podcast. All right, Rob, thank you. And Ben.
Ben.
I got something wrong.
No, it's for the All-Star game.
I got some of my screen's funny. I can't see it. I don't even know what that is. Alabama. Okay, I know you're Alabama.
No.
Okay, okay.
This is a family show. This is a family show.
Falcons let you down one more time.
One more. It's in my wheel, baby. It's in my wheel.
All right, guys. Good night. Let me give my little spot here to my friends at Titan MRI. Appreciate it. Titan MRI. Now Titan MRI and Imaging. They acquired Highfield MRI, Joe Colorio. Started Highfield in 1997. Now he's back. Titan MRI Imaging now has 3 locations to serve you. 2 in Gainesville with his Park Avenue location. And now at the Millennium Center and 1 in Lake City, serving all of Columbia County and Valdosta, Georgia. Titan MRI and Imaging offers the same great customer service as they always have. They accept insurance, or you can go through their convenient self-pay plan. They offer MRIs, CAT scans, X-rays, and ultrasounds. Easy scheduling with lots of options, including evenings. Titan MRI and Imaging. Thank you, folks, for listening. Thanks to our guests tonight. Thanks for all you newbies. We're here 4 nights a week. Come back and see us, folks. I'm Buddy Martin of GatorBait. Check out GatorBaitMedia.com. Good night, folks.